Hey everyone, Reaper here again with another affordable Key Comics video. So let's get started. I have another pile of books here. Probably do another video. I keep going through the collection to see what books are affordable for just the average collector, and some of these books can actually be found in dollar bins. So that's pretty cool. Starting off with this one. This is a comic that I don't want to say for everybody, but speaking for me, I never even heard of it until I did a little research on it. This is St. George, number 2, I believe. It is the first appearance of Terror Incorporated. Yeah, very odd book. You know, I never heard of it before. So when I started doing some research, this was a few years ago, into Terror Incorporated, this is where it led me. So, this could probably be found in dollar bins, to be quite honest. I mean, I think. So it's not going to run you a whole lot of money at all. If the Terror Incorporated is your thing, then great. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures number 23, another cheap book. This is probably like a $5 book, maybe a $10 book. Well, anyway, the significance of it is the first appearance of Slash, the evil turtle, the snapping turtle. I've always thought that character was pretty cool. Here's another affordable book. I think a lot of people know what this is. This is Suicide Squad number 23. This is the first appearance of Oracle. What is this? Maybe 25 bucks, 30 bucks, depending. I mean, of course, once again, disclaimer, depends on the grade, 9.8s, 9.6s. And for some of these books, 9.4s will always sell for a larger, substantial amount of money. But, you know, if you're looking to get like 8.0s, 9.0s, that's the price range that I'm talking about. So I think it'll probably cost you about 25 bucks. It shouldn't cost you that much. Here's another one that's maybe 30 bucks. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 22. This is the first appearance of Speedball. Speedball. Isn't that what they call when you mix like cocaine and heroin? It's a speedball. Anyway, I would say cool character. I don't think he's a cool character at all. pretty lame. But it is his first appearance, and for those of you that are first appearance hunters, key or key-ish books, this is one of them, and it's relatively cheap. Now this one's still cheap, but I do think there's some hype on it. No one cared about this book for many years. This is the first appearance of Spiderman 2099, the first preview. I bought this like when it was on the rack many years ago, and this book I think can still be found in dollar bins if you stealth buy it, but I think some people are starting to catch on to it, and they may move it to like a $20 wall book or $15 depending on the grade and all that stuff. But it's definitely one that started to catch on. But I still think it could be purchased relatively cheap amount of money. Let's stick with Spider-Man for just one more book. Here we have Amazing Spider-Man 210. Now, I know everyone was after the 212, spending $40, $50 on it, depending on the grade, the first Hydro Man and all that. But this is the first appearance of Madam Web. And pretty cool cover. I like the way all the mechanical things are forming a web, and she's sitting down here. It looks like this is the big back of a Black Widow spider, and she's face-to-face with Spider-Man. She was also in that game, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, where all the other characters were in it, like Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man 2099, the one I just talked about. So she was in that game. That game came out maybe almost 10 years ago. Pretty cool game. But this could be bought for maybe about 10 bucks, maybe 12 bucks, depending on the grade. Now, once again, for those of you that are interested in maybe getting some horror books, but are trying to stay clear of EC and other pre-codes, you could go to Marvel and get the Vault of Evil, number 1. The Vault of Evil. Where did they come up with that title? Anyway, wherever the creative geniuses at Marvel came up with this title, it is a horror book in the style of, what was those books called again from the 50s? Oh yeah, the EC books. They had a title similar to this, right? I mean, you catch my drift, right? But Vault of Evil, this is probably like an 8.0, 8.5 copy. This is probably like $20, if that. Some people may be selling it for more. Just because I say something is $20 and then you go to a con and like, hey, this guy was selling it for 30. Sometimes you encounter that. Does that mean you have to buy it for 30? No. Does it mean that it's going to be 30 elsewhere? No. It means that maybe you just have to be a little patient. You might find it somewhere else cheaper. Or not. You never know. But regardless, it's still, I think, can be had for a relatively cheap price. And if you're interested in getting into some Marvel horror, give the Vault of Evil a shot. Yeah, I like that one, the Vault of Evil. Marvel Chillers #1, featuring Mordred the Mystic. Here we go again with more of that horror-themed Marvel stuff. With the first appearance of Mordred the Mystic. Again, this is probably like an 8.0 copy. It'd probably run you maybe $20. I can't see it costing you more than that. But pretty cool to have if you're interested in going that route with collecting horror comics that are affordable. I can't put up any ECs on here because they're really not affordable. Relatively speaking, they might be affordable when it comes to other books out there. But I just don't think the regular comic book collector that's into the movies and the TV shows and into some of the new stuff and some of the old stuff is going to spend $200-300 on an EC, when that $200-300 could go towards getting a big superhero character that might have more potential in the end. But that's just my opinion. But regardless, again, for those that are trying to stay on the cheap side, books that you could find in, who knows, you might find it in a $5 bin, who knows. Go one of those big cons and you see all the long boxes. Try looking at Marvel Chillers #1 if you're interested in getting another key. Here's one. And, this one might be, it's not, I don't think it's too expensive. This, once again, what grade is this? This is 7.5. I'd say this is maybe like a $30 book. Maybe. I might be wrong. It might be a little more. It might be a little less. I don't know. But it's definitely not a $10 book, okay? But this is the Incredible Hulk Annual #5. The significance of it is the second appearance of Groot. The first appearance of Groot is certainly not an affordable book in high grade, mid grade, or even low grade. So if you're interested in collecting and trying to get a Guardians of the Galaxy collection going with some of the characters, and Tales to Astonish 13 is out of your budget, as it is for many people, but you still want something that's Grootish and somewhat significant when it comes to the character, try giving this one a shot. Oop. Uncle Scrooge #15. This is This is, like I said, this can be purchased for a relatively low amount, $30, $50, depending on the grade. What grade is this? Let me get this out of here. Probably 5.0. Yeah, 5.0, maybe 5.5. I don't know. You never know. This is the first appearance of Flintheart Glomgold, Uncle Scrooge's arch rival. He's the other billionaire that runs around with the kilt on. You might remember him from the obviously the comic books, right? But he was also on the original DuckTales series that was in the 80s into the 90s. So he makes his first appearance in Uncle Scrooge 15. Uncle Scrooge #36. This is the first appearance of Magica Dispel, another one of the villains that Uncle Scrooge and his nephews come across and lock horns with on the DuckTales TV series. I don't watch the new one. I remember the old one. I remember the most important thing about DuckTales for me was this. DuckTales, the Nintendo game. That's how I know who all these characters are. And occasionally, when I was a kid, I would watch the DuckTales cartoon. I never really cared for it. Never cared for anything Disney, to be quite honest. Like Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck or any of that. I liked Looney Tunes better. I thought they were more clever. Anyway. But I do like Uncle Scrooge. I do like Uncle Scrooge, and I like the whole mythos around him. And this is, again, the first appearance of Magica Dispel. So if you're looking to collect cheap keys older keys, this is definitely one to get for the Uncle Scrooge mythos. So thank you all for watching another episode of Affordable Key Comic Books. I have another one in the oven that will be coming out soon. I probably want to release a couple more videos first, and then that one will be coming out, okay? So check out my other series, check out my other videos, and stay tuned, everybody. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.